Hello everybody, welcome to the video. Today we have this new look Seattle team. Obviously, after free agency, you are left with a hole at center. Noah Fant will start for me if he wasn't starting right fullback right now. But besides the point, Geno Smith is back. Metcalf and Lockett cap off this receiving group with Eskridge just behind them, and a huge drop off to Young. Defensively, you brought in Jordan Love, Devin Bush. For some reason, you brought in both Draymond Jones and Jaron Reed. You are left with kind of a hole at corner. Mike Jackson is a recent departure as well. So, yeah, this team looks mildly different. And obviously, today's video is a little bit different as well. So, we're going to go ahead and try to shake things up in the draft. If you guys didn't already know, the Seahawks have 2 first-round picks that document at number 5 and 20. So we have pick number 5 and pick number 20. We're going to try to make that every, 5 picks. So we're going to try to acquire the 5th pick, or the 10th pick, the 15th, and the 25th. And we'll have a pick every 5 picks for the first bit of that first round. So we'll have pick number 5, pick number 10, then we'll pick up number 15, so that's 5 after 10, 20, and then 25, which is 5 after 20. So we've got a lot to do, for sure. We might actually have to end up trading, Tyler Lockett or someone to acquire, a few of these things. So let's get to work. Let's try to get this first done deal for the 10th overall pick. That is with the... You'd think I do mock drafts. Okay, first trade to the Eagles for the 10th overall pick. So we'll get the Eagles number 10. We're sending away 37 this year and predicted 20 next year with Shelby Harris in that deal as well. So we will be actually able to acquire 5, 10. We're looking for 15 and 25 now. And we can do that using, maybe this second round pick, next year's second round pick, and give me like Disley, maybe. Okay. And, not that this is fair or anything, but this is literally the most I could get for Tyler Lockett. I tried to add like a next year second, or no, it was a next year second, another second this year, something like that, and it just didn't go through. So I thought I'd settle for Tyler Lockett for that 15th overall pick. We can address it. I also do want to keep this second, third, fourth, fifth, and whatever round pick, but that does suck because now we have nothing to work with, basically. But we still need to acquire the number 25 overall pick. So we got number 5, 10, 15, 20. And now we got to look for 25 and make it work somehow. Done deal. Next year's second and third, Noah Fant for the 25th overall pick and the 115th overall pick. Noah Fant, good piece. We can get a tight end in this draft with Will Dissly at tight end 1 and then get someone to develop behind him over the season's course. But this is just a one-year thing, so it doesn't really matter what we give up next year. But important thing is we did acquire number 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Still acquired, or still have somehow a second, third, fourth, and 2 fourths, 2 fifths, and a 6th round pick in this draft. Nothing next year, but like I said, it's a one-year thing. It doesn't matter what we have next year. We've done it the right way here, folks. We have built a draft and a half that we're ready to kick off. By the way, I do want to address this before we head into the draft. Go to prospects here. Where is Will Anderson? He's all the way down here for a reason and one reason only. I can put him as far down as I want. He will still go number 1 overall for no reason. I don't know why it's happening, but look at the mock drafts here. Every single one. It's just Will Anderson, and Will Anderson. You're like, why don't you go to 3 and 4? Well, Madden is brain dead, and they don't do that. So these two things just don't work. So the latest mock draft out is Will Anderson still going at number 1 despite being number 12 on the board. He's not even on this little graphic they have on the screen here. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous, I tell you. You look at this, and then he's even down overalls, and then he's no longer superstar X Factor, and he's still going to go number 1 overall for whatever reason. I turned his awareness down. It is my draft class. So I don't really mind tweaking with things, but he will go number 1 overall. It's almost a guarantee. I had one draft, and I did it this morning. It was in a little test draft, and he and CJ Stroud actually went number 1 overall because of where I had Will Anderson. But at number 1 overall, the Carolina Panthers will pick Will Anderson. I was hoping. There was a little bit of me that wanted it. to be CJ Stroud, and thought it might be. But CJ Stroud off the board at number 2, Jalen Carter at number 3, the Bryce Young at number 4, and at number 5, could we trade down? I'm just kidding. That would be against what we're doing here in this draft, and that is drafting best player available. For me, that is probably Christian Gonzalez. I'm a big fan of Tyree Wilson. I like Lucas Van Ness. I'm a fan of these quarterbacks, but not for right now. You know, these quarterbacks, we already know they're true talent, but they are developmental quarterbacks. Probably like both of them to sit for a year. I don't know why Will Levis's archetype is quite scrambler, though. That's a little interesting. Might have to, change a few things around to change that. But Christian Gonzalez, for me at this point, so good. So good. Great athlete. Long, lanky, tall corner that can, not do it all, but, he's so good. Give me Christian Gonzalez at number 5. Little unpopular pick, but imagine Tariq Woolen and Christian Gonzalez playing opposite from each other. Be incredible. Number 6, Tyree Wilson off the board. Lucas Van Ness at 7. And number 8, Anthony Richardson off the board. Kind of a dream scenario for them there. Jackson Smith and Jigba off the board at number 10. Or at number 9. Normally we see Nolan Smith go there. Someone I might actually consider at this spot. We don't need tackle, but we can slide Skoronski inside. Do we need tackle? We do not need tackle. Miles Murphy being on the board is quite interesting. Probably not my go-to. I'd probably, being honest, go with Nolan Smith, play on the other edge of a Uchenna Nwosu, just over a guy like Miles Murphy. We just got Draymond Jones and Jaron Reed, so kind of bulk up that defensive line. So we're looking to get real pass rushers and someone that can pursue and just play the run incredibly. That is Nolan Smith. This guy's a freak of freaking nature. Just an incredible player. 6'2", 238. I'm not quite sure if those are the right measurements, but Nolan Smith clearly on the board for me here. You guys just see me talking it up about him. Could have gotten Jordy Porter at the spot. Devin Witherspoon even slid down the board because Madden slid him down the board. Keely Ringo slid up the board, despite what these ratings say. And like I said, tight end is in position here, but we still got the 10th, 15th. So I think we really got to go for value here. That being said, I think Paris Johnson is incredible value. I think Devin Witherspoon is incredible value. It's just what position do we need most on the offensive line? Obviously, Phil Haynes is pretty good. We could use a receiver, but we can get that a little bit later. Phil Haynes probably starting at left guard isn't the best. Our whole offensive line, it looks like. Where's right guard? Oh, it's all the way up there. Our whole line, except for right guard, where Paris Johnson has experience playing. Give me Paris Johnson at the spot. Good player. He'll slide to right guard for us. 6'6", 310 for a while. And then, maybe if someone wants to retire or something like that, if something comes along, injury comes along to one of our tackles, or even Abraham Lucas can kick in after a little bit. I couldn't tell you. But at number 11, Nolan Smith goes off the board. Then Murphy, then off the board. And then probably see, I was going to say Skoronski maybe. But no, it's Joey Porter. And then Quinn Johnston at number 14 gets taken off the board. So JSN and Johnson are both off the board. It is a tough spot here for sure, with all these corners at the top of the board. So probably here to take the next best guy. Don't need safety. Next best receiver would be Jordan Addison. Still a good athlete. What the hell? Why is he running in the 4.68? What do I have his speed marked at? I got to take a picture of this. I'm not taking a picture of it for a joke. I got to keep that in mind to go change that even in a little bit. On the board right now, Jordan Addison lacking speed, apparently. He doesn't actually. I'll change it. 84 speed? I didn't give him 84 speed. That's not me. I didn't do that. It is my draft class. I take full responsibility for whatever's going on in this wicked stuff. Oh my God. To think I'm actually going to publish this draft class, or to think I probably already did. Kincaid off the board is quite the bummer. Peter Skoronski then falls all the way to 17. Witherspoon and I'm guessing Levis goes off the board here. So kind of limited some options for us. Not going to be as tempting at corner, other than Deontay Banks, which is another one of my favorite players in this class. Bijan and Kenneth Walker would be the best backfield in the NFL quite fast. I think that's very safe to say. But, look at the guys right under him, Brian Brzee and Michael Mayer, both here. Even if you want to, try Kalijah Cansey out, get that like pass rush from the interior. Zay Flowers. I'm in love with Trenton Simpson and what he can do. But we already have Jordan Brooks and brought in Devin Bush. Drew Sanders, another one of my favorites. I love Jack Campbell. Will McDonald could be even in play late in this first round. So really hard to tell what's going to go on, but I think it's between Cansey, Mayer, and Brzee. And I think, seeing Will Dissly, I think that I don't think that it's as much of a need. I think we can get like maybe Davis Allen or something later, who I have rated quite highly. Some of my, some good tight ends down the board. Sam Laporta's really good. Davis Allen, like I mentioned, is pretty good. Cameron Law, too. Not someone that really stood out to me. Luke Schoonmaker can move up the board. Musgrave, Washington, I completely forgot about. Darnell Washington, well in play in this early second round, I believe. Nope, we don't have an early second round pick, so maybe next pick. But this pick off the board will probably be Brian Brzee. Clemson, defensive tackle, play interior, good athlete. He's got some good skills. He's been through a lot, and I think that he can get back to playing some good football in Seattle. Love to see that right there. At number 21, Bijan goes off the board, and then Kalijah Cansey off the board. Trenton Simpson, so we're not even in talks with him. Michael Mayer just off the board ahead of us. Right here, I have a certain someone in mind here. Oh, shoot. We needed a center. That's what we needed. We didn't need Paris Johnson. We needed a center. It's fine. He's an upgrade over Phil Haynes. I forgot that we needed a center here. Oh, that is unfortunate. I mean, Osiris Torrance, I don't know why he's rated so low. I've got to redo this whole board. But for then, we're going to take Darnell Washington at this spot. I think that it is just a given. I watched some of his film this morning and highly impressed. And at this spot, we have like 15 different options. Cody Mock, I'm a big fan of. Javon Dexter, I'm a big fan of. Tuli, I'm a huge fan of. Josh Downs, I'm a pretty big fan of, despite him being very small. So we'd have Addison on the outside of, and then on the other side, you'd have DK Metcalf, and then you'd have Josh Downs on the inside. So that is something I'm looking at right now. So Josh Downs, most likely the pick here. Well, we can get slot receiver later. That's all I'm going to say. Tyler Scott, Tank Dell, Jaden Reed. Yeah, there's some guys down the board. Parker Washington at 5'10" from Penn State. Not bad. I'm in love with Tuli Tuipulotu. I'm not going to lie. I've seen his draft profile. I looked at some of his highlights, and I really, really enjoy watching, Tuli Tuipulotu play some football. Power rusher, 6'4", he's got some size, play like a Jaron Reed type of role. Maybe after this season. Give me Tuli Tuipulotu off the board, USC's product at number 20 in the second round. Right here, I think we have to go receiver, and this one's screaming out at me. Tyler Scott, although he doesn't have like the top end speed that we expected, his acceleration and just like all around quickness is incredible. I think slot could be a great player for us on the inside. Give me Tyler Scott, Cincinnati product, now to play the slot for us over D. Eskridge as well. And then I'm not sure what's in play at in the fourth round here. I couldn't tell you. I think it's best player available, whether it's a corner that's fallen, whether that is a wide receiver that's fallen. I mean, Tank Dell's still here. Parker Washington, like I had mentioned earlier. Kirkland, I mean, I've seen some good and bad things about him. Jaqueline Roy, someone you might be interested in. Dorian Williams, Kobe Turner, Deuce Vaughn down the board, Trey Dean, Mekhi Garner. No one that really like yells at you here, except maybe Garrett Williams and Darius Rush. I mean, I'm a big fan of Darius Rush playing on the other side of it. I think Cam Smith has some great speed, great athletic ability. He's still 5'11". That's not undersized, despite being a part of this massive class. But 5'11", 196 at 22, not undersized at all. Give me Darius Rush here in the fourth round. And then we have another fourth round pick that we acquired. We acquired the 19th, actually. Now here in this pick, what do we go with? What do we need? What is the best of both worlds? I don't know. That's the truth. I think we'll go Deuce Vaughn. Just another like tough in between the run tackle, or in between the tackle runner. in between the tackles, run. Blah, blah, blah. At this point, we're just getting good backups. Give me Jair Brown, high upside guy, if he can step in and play. I know we don't need any more strong safeties. We got Jamal Adams. We got Julian Love. We got Jair Brown. All these guys are just players to... I'm not going to finish that sentence. Moving on to the 20th pick here in the 5th round. We can go with another one. I'm just kidding. Michael Wilson, a very good route runner. Eventually play outside for you, say if Addison doesn't really work out, which I don't expect to really happen. I think Addison's not a safe pick, but injuries could be a concern for him. Give me Michael Wilson, Stanford's route runner. And then we'll let the CPU take the 20th pick as well in the 6th round. Draft recap, everyone's favorite part of the videos. Christian Gonzalez, 77 overall. Paris Johnson, 77 overall. Jordan Addison, 74. Will be boosted after I boost his speed back up from 84. Ridiculous. Brian Brzee, 75 overall player. Darnell Washington, 74. Tuli Tuipulotu, 73. Tyler Scott, 71. Darius Rush, 72. Deuce Vaughn, 73. 71 for Jair. 71 for Michael Wilson. We got Mitch Partons. I don't even think that's a real person, but I'm going to make a trade for a center. I'll tell you that much right now. Done deal. Next year's second. I mean, it's just too much for Rodney Hudson, but it's a one-year thing once again, so it doesn't really matter to me. Phil Haynes and next year's second will get us Rodney Hudson at center, which is good. And then we'll play Paris at right guard. I'll have to set the team up all again. I did it on the depth chart and then realized I had to make the trade still. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to sort the team out, and then I'll let you guys know. And so this is the offensive line. And like I said, Abraham Lucas, I'm not sure about his guard versatility, so he could even go inside. But basically, Paris Johnson at guard, it is what it is. He played right guard at Ohio State. Lucas on the outside, Cross on the outside, Lewis on the inside with Rodney Hudson now. Washington and Disley will make our tight ends. Addison and Metcalf will learn on the outside with Tyler Scott playing that third receiver / slot receiver. Vaughn and Walker playing, running back. We'll both have snaps there. Brian Brzee and Tui will play like defensive tackle roles here. Jaron Reed and Jones, but that's not how they're actually going to be lined up on the line. But you got Gonzalez, Wolin, and Rush, but you also have Kobe Bryant behind them. Linebacking core looks pretty good. Darrell Taylor, I mean, I was, debating whether or not I should get Nolan Smith, and it just didn't really materialize into much because we ended up getting, Paris Johnson instead. So, bad pick by me. But Darius Rush will play the slot corner with Julian Love right behind him. Uchenna Nwosu on one edge. Tui Tuipulotu could come off the edge. I'm not really the happiest camper about it, but we just don't have anyone but maybe Boye, Mafe, Alton Robinson, Darrell Taylor. And then Brooks and Bush will play on the, inside as well in the middle of the field. Deuce Vaughn will catch a lot of passes in that third down back. And then Tyler Scott playing in the slot. Kenneth Walker playing power back / RB1. So he should see a majority of the carries and action. But Deuce Vaughn will get, dialed in there every here and there. But see how we're doing at the midseason mark, see if we're in a good place, see our record and whatnot. Well, isn't this just the season we were hoping for? Starting off 1-6, obviously. Want to be a little bit better than that. Maybe 3 wins at this point would have been fun, but we'll take 1, and 1's fine. We just lost to the Cardinals, the worst roster in football. Yeah. Madden's got some high hopes for these guys here. Geno Smith, playing some good quarterback for sure. He's also running the ball quite a bit. Deuce Vaughn running for almost 4.1 per carry. Same with Kenneth Walker, almost at 500 yards of the season. 5 touchdowns for him receiving. Addison had 400, basically. Metcalf should have had 400 by now, but look at how many yards per second. I didn't turn his speed up either. Michael Wilson, why is he seeing the work? Oh, the depth chart got reset. How does this happen? How? I don't understand. This shit is so bull. TFL's Darrell Taylor, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's having fun. Cool. Okay, it looks like depth chart is back to normal, except I need to put whatever. It's so screwed up. I literally hate Madden. It's so bad, dude. I don't think you guys understand how stupid this fucking game is. If you don't have it, don't get it. Not worth it at this time of year for sure. I basically have to go through and manually make these teams off seasons work basically. So to do this. Why can't I do that? Because he's starting at right tackle. Where is he starting? Left tackle. Why is he still starting here? I thought I just changed Charles Cross out for him. Who's playing at left guard then? Okay, what is happening? And we end the season off with 3 wins. Finished the last in our division. Surprisingly so. I was expecting with 3 wins to be a little bit higher, but unfortunately it's not the result. So, yeah, good year for sure. Saw some bright spots there. The 3 wins, solid wins for sure. I mean, this game sucks. 17 touchdowns. Give me a better playbook for sure. Kenneth Walker was alright. Geno Smith ran for 600 yards. Good for him. 3.5 per carry for Deuce Vaughn is very good with 7 touchdowns as well. Receiving DK, Addison, Tyler Scott, Michael Wilson, Darnell Washington, Will Dissly, Deuce Vaughn, Kenneth Walker, Dwayne Eskridge, Colby Perkins all got involved. This game is a load of crap. Jordan Brooks with 112 tackles, Jamal at 96, Devin Bush right there with 96 as well. 10 TFLs from Draymond Jones, 9 for Brzee, 8 for Jaron Reed, 7 for Wosu, Taylor, Tui Pelotu, and then Uchenna Nwosu led the team in sacks with Tuli right behind him at 3.5. So no sack production either. 5 interceptions for Jordan Brooks, Jamal Adams. Darius Rush had 2 as well with a TFL, quite a few tackles as well. What can you say about Madden? That is all for me. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate every single one of you, especially if you do watch the now. Really appreciate it. See you guys next time.